I'm Benjamin Einwalter, and I will be playing the roles of Robert and Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
I'm Aryan, Kalluvila, and I'll be playing the role of Mike and FDR's secretary.
During the 1930s, the Great Depression wrought terrible economic hardship on the whole of America. Common citizens, many of which had lost their job, were unable to pay back loans due to shortages of cash and credit. Almost all the banks had shut. To remedy this situation, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt created the Federal Reserve System and instituted a series of welfare reforms to empower the population of the United States. Only through the radio, only 8 years after taking office as the President of the United States, President Roosevelt instituted a series of fireside chats to inform the population of the United States about the changes going on in the government and how they're working to resolve the crises at hand. These chats covered topics ranging from the aforementioned banking crisis to Pearl Harbor.
FDR's chats were both personable and informative, silencing national hearsay. FDR's chats set a standard for future presidents' openness with the public, for communication, as well as led to a greater understanding through the different congressional policies, as well as national alerts. Well, hey there, Robert. Did you get that loan to start up that family bakery?
No, it was awful. It was awful, Mike. I went to the bank just today and the teller, they told me they were in some sort of financial crisis and that they couldn't pay me anything. If this keeps up, I'm gonna lose my job here at the office. I'm gonna not be able to support my family. Good Lord!
Financial crisis? What kind of bank cannot repay someone's hard-earned money? This is preposterous!
I know, and what's worse is that I wasn't the only person. I waited in line for hours until just to be rejected. The entire bank was there, Michael. The entire bank.
My God, you think you'll ever get your money back?
I sure hope so. If I don't get that money back, then 10 angels coming through that door won't be able to help me. You hear that?
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
It's the President. Let's turn it up. I want to talk with for a few minutes with the people of the United States of America about banking. First of all, let me state the simple fact that when you deposit money in a bank, the bank does not put that money into a safe deposit vault. It invests your money and puts your money to work to keep the wheels of industry and of agriculture turning around. A comparatively small part of the money you put into the bank is kept in currency, an amount which in normal times is wholly sufficient to cover the cash needs of the average citizen. Furthermore, as a result, we start tomorrow, Monday, with the opening of the banks in the 12 Federal Reserve Bank cities. This will be followed on Tuesday by the resumption of all their functions by banks already found to be sound in cities where there are recognized clearinghouses. That means about 250 cities in the United States.
Well, I'll be darned. Looks like 10 angels is just one, and that's FDR.
I feel so much better now. I'm so glad the president took this time to speak to us. We should tune in to him again in the future if he ever does this again.
I agree. What's going on out there, Robert? With all the strife in Europe, and now we have the Japanese to worry about? Things were finally going well at our law firm. The economy was finally turning up, and now we have to worry about the Japanese? What is this? Are we off to war then?
I'm so worried too. I know we declared war on Japan yesterday, but I don't know what our military is going to do. But I wouldn't worry quite so much just yet. We've always listened to FDR's Fireside chats, and they've always helped us. I have faith in our president's strong decision-making abilities.
Looks like it's the Great War all over again.
Well, I wouldn't be so certain it's going to be that bad yet. I'm certain that if we are to be sent off to war, that our president will tell us if we are going to do so directly. We will do whatever it takes to protect, defend, and promote this great country.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
My fellow Americans, the sudden criminal attacks perpetrated by the Japanese in the Pacific provide the climax of a decade of international immorality. Powerful and resourceful gangsters have banded together to make war on the whole human race. Their challenge has now been flung at the United States of America. The Japanese have treacherously violated the long-standing peace between us. Many American soldiers and sailors have been killed by enemy action. American ships have been sunk. American airplanes have been destroyed. The Congress and the people of the United States have accepted that challenge. Together with other free peoples, we are now fighting to maintain our right to live among our world neighbors in freedom and common decency without fear of assault. Well, James, I feel as though these fireside chats have benefited the entire of America. I'm certain I've helped to alleviate their fears and that I've made them more informed about public policy than any president before me. I hope that with this I've set a precedent for future presidents to be so intimately connected with the population of the United States of America.
Yes, sir. Although we are most fortunate with the newly invention of the radio. I've been your press secretary for 11 years, and never have I seen such a drastic change in the way you approach the American citizens to clear their doubts, to increase their understanding. The radio has allowed you to reach a far broader population than ever before. You have truly set a standard for future presidents' openness with the public as well as understanding.
You are right, as always, James. If this can, so long as presidents in the future have this intimate connection with the American population, so long as they can be so within the living rooms of every single American citizen, there will be tranquility.